All right, we need to talk about this because it is genuinely frustrating to watch happen in real time. There's a name that's been floating around Knicks conversation for years now, a guy this front office has scouted, called about, and reportedly tried to trade for more than once. And now it looks like he's about to sign with the Eastern Conference rival instead. I'm talking about Nick Richards, the 28-year-old center out of Kingston, Jamaica, who's quietly become one of the most underrated big men available in this entire free agency cycle. And if you're a Knicks fan who's been paying attention to our front court situation, this one stings a little. Before I get into why this hurts, let me just lay out who we're talking about, because I don't want anybody thinking this is some random depth piece. Richards is 6'10", 245 pounds, a legitimate rim-protecting, rebounding, lob-catching center. Over 300 career NBA games split between Charlotte, Phoenix, and Chicago. He's averaging right around 7 points and almost 6 boards a night. And he's doing it on an insane 62% shooting from the field. That efficiency number alone should make you sit up. This isn't a guy chucking bad jumpers. This is a guy who knows exactly what his role is, dunks everything at the rim, cleans a glass, and doesn't need the ball to be effective. That is exactly the kind of low-usage, high-impact big man that title contenders go find every single offseason. And here's the part that should make every Knicks fan a little annoyed. According to NBA insider Evan Sidery, our front office has been connected to Richards for multiple seasons now. Not just this summer. Multiple seasons. We've reportedly explored trades for him while he was with Phoenix. We've looked at him as a free agent target. The interest has been real, and it has been consistent. The Lakers were in on him too, by the way, during his Phoenix days, which tells you contenders around the league have had their eye on this guy for a while. So this isn't some out-of-nowhere name. This is a player our team has genuinely wanted, and now, right in front of us, Philadelphia might be the team that actually closes the deal. Think about how insane that is for a second. The Sixers. Our division rival, the team that's already stacked a finals MVP-level center in Joel Embiid, and is reportedly bringing in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope on top of everything else, might now scoop up Nick Richards too, to be Embiid's backup. Let that sink in. Philadelphia will be handing Richards a defined role, real minutes behind Embiid, on a roster that is actively building to compete for the East. Meanwhile, we're sitting here again without the size and rebounding punch off our bench that we have needed for years. If you've watched this team in the playoffs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We get out-rebounded. We get bullied on the boards in big moments, and we still haven't fixed it. Before I keep going, seriously, if you're feeling this frustration with me right now, hit that like button. It actually helps this channel reach more Knicks fans who need to see this stuff. And I want to know I'm not the only one who's annoyed about this. Drop a comment, too. Tell me if you think the front office is sleeping on center depth again this summer. Now, let's be real about why this keeps happening to us. It's not that scouting department doesn't know who Nick Richards is. Clearly they do. They've been calling about him for years. The issue is prioritization. Every offseason, it feels like we chase the flashy name, the shooting guard, the wing upgrade, the trade exception gymnastics, and the boring, unglamorous center who just rebounds and finishes lobs, gets left on the shelf until it's too late, and somebody else signs him for the veteran minimum. And that's the tragedy here. Nick Richards isn't walking into Philadelphia for max money. Reports have him pegged as a minimum salary type signing. This was affordable. This was doable. This wasn't some cap sheet nightmare we couldn't make work. And I get it. On paper, we've got size on our roster already. But quantity isn't quality. And if you watch this in the postseason, you know our front court got exposed against teams with legitimate two-way bigs. A guy like Richards, who protects the rim, finishes above the square, and doesn't need plays run for him. That's exactly the kind of low-maintenance, high-energy piece that makes a second unit function. Instead, Philadelphia gets to hand him a real role behind Embiid in a conference we're supposedly trying to get through. If this is bothering you as much as it's bothering me, smash that like button right now, and let me know in the comments, honestly, would you have wanted Richards on this roster this summer? I want to see real numbers on this, not just me yelling into a camera. Here's the bigger picture too. This interest apparently spans multiple front offices around the league. The Lakers, the Heat, our Knicks, all reportedly circling him at different points. That tells you the value here was recognized league-wide. This wasn't a hidden gem only we saw. Everybody saw it. And somehow, again, we're the team standing on the outside, looking in while a conference rival closes a deal. If Philadelphia lands him, that's one more Eastern Conference contender getting stronger a position we needed to address, and getting stronger for pennies on the dollar in free agency terms. I want to be fair here, too, because it's not confirmed. Nothing is signed yet. This is still speculation from insiders. Maybe the Knicks front office has other plans for the center rotation. Maybe there's a trade brewing we don't know about yet. Maybe money is earmarked elsewhere, and there's a reason we passed. I'm not going to pretend I have the full front office view here. But based on what's been reported, based on the years of reported interest, and based on the fact that this looked like an affordable minimum deal that fit a real need, it is hard not to be frustrated watching this potentially slip to a direct conference competitor. So here's what I want from you. If you agree that this front office needs to stop sleeping on affordable center depth every single summer, hit like right now. And I need to hear your take in the comments. Do you think the Knicks should have pushed harder for Nick Richards? Do you trust the front office has a better plan in place? Or are you as frustrated as I am watching Philadelphia potentially get stronger while we stand still? Drop that comment. I read every single one, and I want this conversation going. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed and you got notifications turned on, because free agency is moving fast right now, and there's going to be more news breaking on this roster very soon. I'll be right here breaking it all down for you, giving you the real reaction, not just the headlines. Thanks for watching. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.